Hey, welcome back to the Part-Time Players podcast, episode 86. This is the video game podcast where two pals discuss the week's video game news of the week. My name's Reece and I am joined as always by Bradley Seeley.
Hello, how are you? I don't know what I stumbled. I was just
you summoned the game.
Yeah,
I'm good. Good. How are you?
Yeah, no, really good. Yeah, we was just talking about Peacemaker before we started the
podcast. Yeah, 2 weeks in a row we were talking about Peacemaker because
you started watching it now.
I did start watching it as you requested, and it's hilarious. I do recommend. It's really, really good.
Yeah, no, it's like the unlikable character in the film a little bit, but in his own series, it's just been, and they're making the series 2 as well, which is good.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, I guess he's still a bit of a dick in this also, right?
Yeah, he is a dick, yeah. And he's got like proper, like you find out more, he's got proper like psychological issues.
Sure.
But, he's a good character. He's really good. And John Cena plays it really well as well. Like
he's quite funny. He's funny.
He's into it, yeah. He's like, and the intro. What about the intro? It's weird, isn't it? Like
the dance.
The dance.
Yeah.
It's a really well choreographed dance.
It is quite good. Yeah.
I just don't get
there's some actors in there that you wouldn't think would be into dancing, and you can see him in the background dancing and stuff. Like he's like the guy that plays his dad.
Yeah, the T2, is it T2 from Terminator 2? No, what mark is it? Terminator? I don't know much about Terminator, but yeah, the guy, the liquid metal Terminator from Terminator 2.
Is that who he was? No.
Yeah. And he's in The Sopranos as well, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And like Tony Soprano just kind of like ruined his business for him. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Is he in Guardians of the Galaxy as well?
No.
Is he the blue guy? And they've got the whistle?
No, that's not him. He's the guy from Walking Dead.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They've got similar voices. They've got like that deep voice, like Southern American.
Husky, But yeah, no. If anyone hasn't seen Peacemaker, check it out.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm pretty sure it was on HBO Max in America, and then because I remember looking for it, I was like, "Oh, when's it going to come over to UK?" And they was like, "We don't know when it's going to come over." And I was like, oh, "Fair enough. I suppose I'll watch it." And then I was just on Sky, and it was just there on like the homepage. So
sure, yeah,
I think a lot of Sky stuff, a lot of HBO Max stuff comes on Sky. Usually Sky Atlantic. That's where like a lot of HBO stuff is. But
yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, Sky seems to have a good thing with HBO and stuff.
Yeah, I think this was on HBO Sky Max. So
yeah, because is it August or September? The new I'm not going to say Lord of the Rings, but it's Game of Thrones series, and that's going to be on Sky.
Sky Atlantic.
Yeah. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah. Targaryens, all about those and stuff.
The way Game of Thrones ended, it just kind of ruined it for me. So
yeah, the last season's bad, but the 4 seasons prior to it might be some of the best television ever.
The White Walker one though, but I'm pretty sure they cancelled it. That would have been more interesting for me to see the origins of the White Walkers, because we didn't really get any conclusion to what they was about in Game of Thrones. So
sure. Well, if this is successful, I guess maybe they're just testing the waters to see if everybody still likes it after how it ended, because obviously they greenlit 3, and then obviously now we've only got this one. So if this one is successful, I'm sure they'll go on and do more. They're not going to end it. But while obviously we were talking about DC, we were obviously together on Friday. We went and watched a little movie called The Batman, and the verdict's in, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. No, it was really good. What's stopping it from being great, which I think we both agree on, is the runtime. Slightly too long. I would like them to maybe shave off maybe 20 minutes or so, but it was brilliant. I loved it.
Yes. Yeah, no, it was really good. Yeah, a bit too long. I think it kind of felt like it had 3 endings. I was like, okay, it's finished now. This is where it ends. And then it started and it was like, okay, no, this is where it ends. And then it went again. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a scene when someone gets arrested in a cafe. And I looked at my watch because I thought, oh, sure, this is wrapping up now. And I think we still had an hour. And I was thinking, oh,
yeah,
what's going to happen?
But it's a really good film. Yeah, they're ruined by the guy sitting behind us in cinema who's decided to do audio description for the entire film for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, he wanted to state the obvious. I've never known anybody. He might be the most irritating person.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was a young guy on a date. But you discovered when
It's
he
an
went
old
and picked
man.
toilet, it was an old man.
Old man, yeah.
Yeah, it was on a date, or I don't know who he was with, his lady friend, but he was talking to her the entire way through,
Yeah.
just stayed in the office. I don't know if
At
she.
one point, I actually thought maybe the person he's with is blind and he's describing it because he was describing it that much. Like you said, there's a bit where someone gets blown up and he's like, "Oh, he's dead." It's like, nah, no, you really, you think. And the bit where there's a safe gets opened and he's like, "Oh, she's good at that. There's a safe." It's like, Jesus, oh my God. What is
Yeah,
this guy? You know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, it's just. And then I heard him moaning about it. Oh, it's so boring. This is so boring. Should we go? And then they didn't go. And I was thinking, please
Please just go. Yeah,
yeah, because
yeah,
this you're ruining it for me. It's,
yeah. I guess obviously where we're standing next to each other, of course you could hear him, but I was thinking that no one else could hear him other than me. And I was thinking, oh God, this guy is well irritating. I wanted to say something to you at one point, but I didn't know how to say something to you without him obviously knowing, because he was the only person talking. He was just, the commentary all the way through. And I was thinking, from the get-go, like you said about when he said that guy's dead, literally the villain in it, literally whacking another guy with an absolute like a carpet tool, isn't it? Like whatever it is, like a shovel type thing, just smashing his head. Clearly, the man must be dead, and he just announced to the girl next to him, "I think he's dead." I was thinking, "Oh my God, who's this person?"
Oh, that's an absolute. Yeah, he was an absolute lunatic. But
and he continued from them.
Yeah,
non-stop.
Just and then the only time he stopped is when he went to the bog. That was the only time when he stopped talking. He's probably talking to himself while he's having a slash. I don't know. He's just like this geezer.
Yeah,
just
it's the scene when Batman, Bruce Wayne, whatever, is looking through binoculars where he's toweling someone, and she's kind of getting undressed, and he's like, "Oh, look, he's a bit of a pervert, Batman."
Yeah,
Oh, he's a peeping Tom. Look at him.
Yeah, it's just.
She's gonna take off her underwear. That's what he said.
It's like, that's what I like. I like going to the cinema, but when when something like that happens, it's like, oh wow, I wish I was indoors. I wish I was watching this at home, because this guy's ruining it. So, but
apparently the 19th of April is when it comes on HBO Max. So maybe the same as Peacemaker, it'll be on Sky Movies or something like that, or maybe you'll be able to buy it on iTunes or something like that.
You'll be able to buy it. Yeah, they with big ones like that, they don't release them for streaming for free on a streaming platform over here, do we? You have to buy them.
Yeah,
so I'm pretty sure maybe you can stream Spider-Man now, and for some reason it went on to Stars Play in America.
Oh, really? No.
Where over here you can rent it. But yeah, eventually it will come to Sky Movies, but it'll be
probably... I know you can buy Spider-Man. I saw it on iTunes the other day. I was browsing the store. So yeah, I imagine it'll be available to buy. I think I will purchase Batman because I do want to watch it again, and I feel like I would enjoy it more. Although it's that long, but when you're at home, you can pause it and maybe have a break and then come back.
Yeah,
it's just being in that cinema for those 3 hours is a little bit much, but. This is a video game podcast, so we promise we will talk about video games. So please go like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you do listen to it. Obviously, give us a 5-star review if you obviously like what you listen to. If you don't like what we listen to, don't give us a review at all.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say, if you don't like what you listen to, leave a constructive criticism, and then we can at least then, like, if we're doing something wrong, but we don't know,
would it be constructive? It's just going to be like one line, just like knobs.
Yeah, if it just goes like, go kill yourself, no, that's not constructive. If it's like, oh, hey guys, this, I like it, but this, then then we're more than welcome to have that. If you're just going to be like a juvenile and leave a stupid comment like that, then no, don't worry. But if not, then
if you're going to do something like that,
we're grown. I'm a grown man. I can take it. Probably.
Slap you like Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah. That's been covered enough. We don't need to talk about that. But
I feel like we haven't covered enough. I feel like we need to make up our own little GIF.
Yeah,
like our own little meme of it.
Well, I've done a little thing. I put a PlayStation subscription service picture on Will Smith and an Xbox Game Pass on Chris Rock.
Okay, cool. Yeah, similar to my one, which was the PlayStation on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sony fanboys over.
The one Brad sent through yesterday, the Pokemon, that was really good. I like that.
That was brilliant. That was hilarious. That's the best one I've seen. That little video. Yeah. You've seen that. It's like,
but I don't. watch the Oscars. I don't care about the Oscars.
No, do I?
Yeah,
The thing like it's the best thing that's ever happened to the Oscars, maybe.
yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But let's move on from the Oscars because it's a load of crap.
All right. Well, news. You got the first news story?
Yeah. So there is a person, a reviewer, a journalist, if you want to say that, is got a demo for the Isle of Bigsnax, the Bugsnax DLC. I don't know when this was written. I don't know when they've done it because it says the Island of Bugsnax is aiming to come out early 2022. But obviously, was it now the 3rd of April?
I think everybody. Yeah, I think a few IGN had the same, and this is gaming for the we're using.
For me, yeah.
But I think everybody.
So yeah, it's there's still no date. I looked just before we started this to see when it's coming out because I know you're interested. I know you want to.
I've not even played the base game, mate.
Did you have it in your library?
Yeah, it was on Plus, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to both play it, weren't we?
We did. We made an agreement, and I didn't bother. And then I thought you played it, ironically, and you like it still, ironically, don't you, Brad?
Yeah, I think it's a really good game. It's a horror.
And you made it was it Game of the Year?
It was one of my games
which
of
was
the year.
Also irony. Also
because I went by what games I had played, and it was like number 1 of the games I'd played that year. So, and the third being Monopoly, which I hadn't played. That was my wife. So that was a bad game for the year for gaming. That was I haven't played hardly anything. No. But yeah, so this guy's got hands on with the Bugsnax DLC, and it says it's kind of more of the same. The size of it says here is 80% the size of the first game. So the first game kind of took about 10 hours to complete. So this is going to take about 8 hours to, finish, which is quite good. It's hefty. It's a hefty DLC update.
Yeah, that is.
So let me just read. I'll read out a portion of this. I encountered plenty more Bigsnax in my short adventure, though I don't have any handy shrink dust to capture them. Each enlarged snack takes on an entertaining form, like a sentient celery stick that carries separate chocolate-looking critters on its back. I saw a lobster made from macaroni noodles that loves cheese. Yeah, and one of my favorite new snacks was called a Minamochi, made of a group of frosty treats lined up on the creature. A Minamochi made of a group of frosty treats lined up to create a multi-snack creature. So anyone who hasn't played the game must be thinking, what the hell is he
I don't know what you were saying there. You just said a load of words. Some sound like food I've heard of.
Yeah,
some things are not I haven't heard of.
This is what the Bugsnax are like. Bunga is a burger and his legs are curly fries. You got Bunga.
This is just like a psychedelic dream, isn't it? Someone's taking some mushrooms or LSD or something, and they're
I don't know how they would come up with this, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's a good game.
Young Horses, where are they from? I feel like they're from
I think they done Octodad.
Oh yeah, that was also a bit weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. So but I was looking into Bugsnax done quite well. They had more when it got released back in 2020. It was on PlayStation Plus. It got and you could get it at PS4 and PC, but you had to pay. It was only on PlayStation Plus.
Young Horse, and it's just come up pictures of ponies.
Yeah, no.
And is there some horses for sale?
Yeah, you're gonna buy a pony, yeah. But it had more downloads than Octodad did when it first came out. So that was I never played Octodad. Octodad looked weird. I remember it being like one of the PS4 like launch games.
Did it have like motion controls and stuff?
Yeah, I remember playing it. I remember seeing it at Eurogamer Expo before the PlayStation 4 got released, and it just didn't really grab me.
Oh, Chicago. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's. I
wasn't expecting them to be American. I don't know why I thought it was going to be European.
So was it Chicago?
Yeah, they're from Chicago. Yeah.
That's sweet. The demo begins just before the point of no return in the initial story and sets me on a beach with the muscle band Chandlo, scientific floofy bone carrying archaeologist Triffany, and spiritual Shelder. The titular island has appeared in the middle of the ocean, and having made it to the beach, we are now out of range from the rest of the villagers. The experience boasts numerous puzzles, and most are built around my arsenal of unusual gadgets. The first puzzle asked me to bring a gap to bridge a gap by lighting a torch. In another instance, I've rediscovered several mazes with moving pillars and winding corridors too small for any grumpus to fit into. However, it was perfectly sized for my small ball-bound strawberry, which I guided through the obstacles that hit the door opening switch. Okay, so it's set. The demo set is before, because you get to a point in the base game where it's like you have to play it, and then by the end of it, you can't like go back.
Sure.
So yeah, it's set just before that part. So that's pretty cool. It's set just before the game turns into a horror, basically.
So it's a prequel.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's kind of making it sound like. Yeah. So it's kind of like a linear, you know, it's kind of like a side. I'd say a side qual, because the way this guy's describing it, you're playing the game, and then just before you go to do the last mission of the main game, that you can go off onto this other island where there's Bigsnax. Yeah, I'm just going to Google it again now, see if it has got a release date, because I'm actually really interested.
This is the first half of 2022 now on this, right? It's gone from early to now first half.
Oh, did he say that? Because I saw it said early. Article, yeah, it's aimed to come out in early 2022. Half. Yeah, at first, last time it was first quarter. It was,
and now it's first half.
Yeah, first half. Okay, so well, oh well. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be summer snacks. But yeah,
we are out of the quarter now. Technically,
we are definitely out of the quarter. Yeah.
So yeah, first half. It's been silently delayed. But if they're giving it to the press to play, it must be pretty close. I'd say
it must be pretty close.
Within the next month, I think it'll be out latest May.
Yeah,
I think you'll probably get it in April.
Yeah, and are you going to jump in and play it when it comes out?
Absolutely not.
Oh, that is disappointing. As a games player and a podcaster, you should play Bugsnax.
I know, but I kind of want to play Destiny, and then want to jump back onto Horizon.
Okay. Oh, well,
so
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Talking about another game that has been delayed, and that is Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. And it's going to be coming out in spring 2023 now. Obviously, originally didn't have a time period in 2022, just said 2022. So
yeah.
But they did do a little short video that got announced. Funny enough, at the exact same time that Sony announced PS Plus, so I think it went a little bit under the radar. Obviously, it's big news, particularly for people that love Zelda. Obviously, the first Breath of the Wild was a huge success, so obviously everybody's can't wait to play this. It will probably be the only game that makes me pick up my Switch at this point. And yeah, what's your initial reaction on the delay? Surprised or what?
No, I'm not really surprised. I'm not surprised when any game gets delayed now, really.
Yeah, true.
If they need to take the time to finish it, then yeah, it's cool. It's just a little bit disappointing, but it's gonna come out at the same time as the original one come out. The original one come out when the Switch launched in March, so I imagine it's gonna come out at the same time. Yeah, I'll pick it up then. It is, yeah, you'd think it would be, they've got like the world and that built, you know what I mean? Like they've got everything from the first game. It's interesting to know if it's going to be, you know, more populated, because that was one thing that the Breath of the Wild was. It had this big open world, but it wasn't a lot in it. Like the enemies were either red, I think there's blue ones if it was near snow, and maybe yellow. I think that was like, you know, the only, and the Guardians, obviously, that was quite difficult and horrible. But yeah, if it means that we're going to get a game like, which is like the first Breath of the Wild, but more populated and it's got bigger, better dungeons, then yeah, I'm more than willing to wait. It's fine.
Sure.
I suppose if they, because they didn't actually set a date in stone, it's not that surprising. Which leaves me a little bit worried about God of War, because again, they still haven't set everyone's just assuming it's going to be September, or the back half of the year. But they've still not come out with a date saying this is it, this is when it's going to get released. So that could be late. But yeah, back to Zelda. Yeah, I don't mind waiting. I know you said you liked it, but it wasn't, because a lot of people said it was like game of the year and best game of all time. I think that was just because I was starved of some Zelda,
Yeah, all Nintendo games get a little bump, don't they?
Yeah.
The nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. It just wasn't game of the year that year for me.
Yeah.
And I can see the positive in it. I get why people love it. The open, no invisible walls. I think it's definitely influenced open world games since. Probably similar how Elden Ring will. But yeah, there were some critiques where I did get a little bit bored, and I did think it was a little bit samey, and like you said, the world was a little bit empty. But obviously, I don't know if that's the hardware that was holding it back. Obviously, it was also on the Wii U, and originally was a Wii U game, right? And then it came onto the Switch.
Yeah.
So most of the development was for a very underpowered console, particularly for today's standards. So obviously, it hasn't got that holding it back anymore. It's just going to be the Switch. Potentially, I think I said it to you on Friday when I was with you, that is this a Switch 2 game? Is the Switch 2 going to come out next year, around about that time? It kind of makes sense given the original Breath of the Wild came out when the Switch launched around about that time, and I could see them doing another Switch and a Switch 2, or the real Switch Pro rather than this OLED model that we actually got an actual more powerful one. I can see it lighting up, and obviously why would you not want this game to go alongside it to pull in them sales?
There was although I know they left the reveal of the Switch 2 really quite late, there was rumors of a new console being in development, but there was loads floating around, but then that turned out just to be the Switch OLED. Sure. There's nothing, there's no rumors or any speculation about they Switch 2 being in development. And that's the only thing that makes me think maybe it won't happen.
But there has to be, right? Whether it comes out next year or 2 years.
Oh, it has. Yeah, it has.
There has to be one plan.
Yeah.
Like we know Sony are planning the PS5 Pro and the PS6 right now. We know whether or not we get it in a year, 2 years. We know they're planning it. Like we know we haven't even got a VR2, but we know they're thinking about VR3.
Yeah, we know it's coming, but I mean, is it going to come out in March next year? That's the
of course.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah.
And then it leads the question of what after March. So say Zelda comes out in March. We just speculate in March, but it comes out early next year. What's the new big Nintendo game that's going to come out after that? So we've got I've got some games here. So we've got Splatoon 3 it's coming out this year. Well, at the moment, it says the release date is Q3 2022. So, we have Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope. That's coming out. That just says 2022. We have Mario Strikers coming out in June. So that's obviously a big one. And then the Switch Sports is coming out on let me get the date. Where has it gone? April the 29th. So that's coming out this month. So you got that, then Mario Strikers, then Splatoon and Rabbids kind of, vague 2022 release dates.
Yeah.
So what, Kirby's just come out. I think they came out last week. What is going to be the next big PlayStation game?
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Sorry. Pokemon Sapphire. No, not Sapphire. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are coming out at the end of the year. So that's that one. So this year's quite busy for Nintendo. They've got quite a few games coming out. First party games. Then strong year with Zelda. Strong beginning of the year next year for Zelda. Then what's after that?
I think we're due, because they also come out the same year. We're due another 3D or 2D Mario, right?
Yeah, another Mario Kart. I know they've released all the tracks. They're doing that bundle.
Which I think is confirmation that they have no plans to do that anytime soon.
No, maybe that one's a bit farther off. But there's so many. A new 3D Mario. You got a new Smash Brothers. Because the Smash Brothers on the Switch isn't that one just from the Wii U?
Yeah,
right?
but the Ultimate, or whatever it's called, because they've only just done all the DLC packs. Once again, I feel similar to how they've done the Mario Kart. I feel like they think like this is the final version of these. These are like the Ultimate. We can't. I just don't see them rebooting it or doing another one for quite a while. I feel like they think these are good. People have got them. They're happy with it. The fans are happy with it.
Yep.
There's not much we could do with another one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, because they've added a lot more characters to Smash Brothers as well, haven't they? Like,
I mean, every single character has ever been in the series.
From, like Persona 5's in it now as well. I think there's something, and like they're doing the same with, like we just said, the Mario Kart tracks, breathing a little bit more fresh air, which is good. A game that came out in 2017, which was already a rehash of the one on the Wii U, but not a lot of people played the Wii U, so they didn't play it. So they're kind of breathing a bit of fresh air into the game, which is good because it makes you want to pick it up again and play it. Sure. But yeah, you know, the obvious one people want is Metroid Prime 4, but we know
it's been delayed.
That's been delayed. They actually started it again and then nothing. Yeah. You know, they come out and said, look, we're going to start it again. But since then, there's been nothing else. They brought out Metroid Dread, I think, just to kind of not to placate, not as a placeholder and to placate the fans. It's its own game, you know, and by all everything I've been hearing, it's really good. You know, if you like the classic Metroid side-scrolling games, it's a really good game.
Sure.
But what's the next one going to be? It's like
they've got so many IPs. Literally, their Treehouse, E3. I know E3 is not happening, but their summer thing, they could announce a 3D Mario. They could announce another Donkey Kong. They could announce Star Fox something. Metroid could be shown. Bayonetta could be shown.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They have so much they can just pock out away of their pockets.
They tend to just put like one of the big ones they announced was Fall Guys is coming to the Switch. And so I'm pretty sure no one plays Fall Guys anymore. That was big. That was big during the first lockdown. Like, you know, people loved it.
Yeah,
but
PS
then
Plus,
it's just kind of fallen off. It
has.
Yeah. What is their next big one going to be? Yeah,
I think it'll be a 3D Mario, and I think Donkey Kong, maybe. I can see them doing another Donkey Kong because I think Tropical Freeze was quite popular. It was a good game. I actually played it. I thought it was quite good. Yeah. I can see them doing another one of those.
Again, that was from the Wii U. So it's, you know, you had Captain Toad, they brought out on Switch. That's from the Wii U. Yeah. They've kind of run out of games to bring over from the Wii U. Now they're like, oh, we'll have to start actually
making new ones. Yeah, which is good. They run out.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah. But,
other than the Zeldas, I'm sure the Zeldas will come over still. Wind Waker and stuff.
I really want a Wind Waker. That's what I'm hankering for.
I want a full remake of Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll just do some really shitty port like they've done with all the others. I have no expectations they will actually do a good job of it. But yeah, that would be the dream for me.
Zelda. In regards to Zelda, it's a bit disappointing, but I still haven't finished Wind Waker 1 yet, so maybe I should finish that. And then more to closer to the time, because otherwise I might get really into it again and be like, oh, now I have to wait. But it's a shame, but but maybe they'll give us another trailer, because we've only had one trailer for it as well. You know, we've not had that much to go on, not had that much information.
Of what?
Or the new Wind Waker. Not Wind Waker, new Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh, okay.
Is it called Breath of the Wild 2? Well,
yeah.
People just, it is. People just start assuming it is. But it's, and it's kind of one of the only Zelda, is it? Well, only one of the only Zeldas that kind of follows on. Because I know you had Ocarina of Time and then Majora's Mask. I'm pretty sure you was the same. Yeah, you was the same Link, because you was looking for your fairy. But obviously, then Wind Waker is not connected to anything. Maybe some DS games. I think it's the same Link in some of the DS games. But this would be one of the few where it continues.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. But it's been delayed, and I'll wait.
You just hope
I have
they
no
get
choice to wait, but I will.
Yeah, a bit like what you said at the beginning, where you're not surprised. They need more time. They need more time. It is a little bit surprising that they do need that time. That's why I do think it is the Switch 2. Because, a bit like you said, they've already got the world. They've got the character models. They must have it all ready. It's already been delayed by an extra, year, 2 years, however long it's taken them. It's taken them so long to do this. I know we had a pandemic in between, which would have slowed it down a bit, but it was probably not going to come out to November, and now it's been delayed by 4 months, 6 months. They just need that extra polishing time.
Yeah,
I just think I think it's the Switch 2. I generally think it is that.
Or they could be like, we've got quite a busy year. Like I said, what 5 games coming out, so they might be like, well, we can push this one back.
Sure.
People will wait for it. But if it is a Switch 2, what do you think? This is wild speculation. What would you want from a Switch 2? How do you think like they can improve the Switch 2? Do you think it's still
good question?
Would it still be portable, and then you can put it in the dock and then play it at home? Is that what you?
Yeah, it's got to still have that Switch function. That has to remain. I think a resolution bump.
Yeah.
I would like the frame rate to also improve. So just general. So, obviously PS5. It's not obviously got to do that portable, but I think bringing it up to a 1080p screen when it's in handheld and have it at 60 frames or 120 frames or whatever. I think 60 should be the minimum. And then when you put it on the dock, it's 2K at 60 frames or something like that. I don't think it can reach 4K, but say 2K at 60 frames, similar to how the Xbox Series S is. Yeah. When it's that kind of mode, I think that will be a good base mark. I think Bluetooth, so you can do your Bluetooth earphones and stuff like that. I think it's a little bit odd that it doesn't have those features and functions in it. Other than that, I think the rest is there. You don't need a much.
So does it like a bump up of specs, maybe a bigger screen for like when you're playing?
Yeah.
Well, the OLED's already bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, keep the OLED screen, the bigger screen.
Just a bump in specs. I think it could be. Yeah, maybe bump it up when it is a little bit more enhanced when it is in the dock, because
1080p at 30 frames is a little bit bit rough looking at that now.
I really did enjoy playing it handheld. I majority of the time I play my Switch is handheld.
Sure.
But it's that's what I'd like to do. But like I say, there's no rumors, there's nothing floating around about there being a Switch 2, so whether it would get released in March. But like saying that, they let it out so late last time. I think it was like January, maybe. Like, oh, this is coming March, Switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it was announced quite late. You're right. I feel like it just looks dated. That's another reason why I do struggle to play it. It looked dated with the PS4. The PS5 now, particularly when you're playing a game like when I was playing like Horizon, and then I jumped on and then maybe played Pokemon on docked mode. Yeah. It looks like you're playing like a PS2, PS3. Like you look like you've gone a couple of generations back.
Yeah.
Because the PlayStation 5 games, particularly the ones that have been like Horizon or whatever, they just look stunning.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's like a real contrast of difference, and then you go from like 1080p with 30 frames, and it still looks a bit choppy and it's all cartoony, and you do feel like you're playing a early PS3, PS2 game. And it's like, oh wow, I don't know. I do struggle with that a little bit.
Yeah, see, I don't mind. I was playing a DS. I was playing a 3DS yesterday, so it's but no. Shame about Zelda, but I'll wait, and I hope there is. If there is a Switch 2 coming, and I dare say they'll do it just as hard. Well, it was hard getting a Switch when they released, and this was before all the transistor issues and supply chain. So they'll be probably even more difficult to get hold of. So I remember I didn't get my Switch till May.
That may be the only doubt that I have. They might not be the Switch 2 because of the semiconductors and the shortage and the issues and things like that. That's the only thing that potentially would hinder my prediction. But I do generally think that.
Yeah, no, cool. I might go into the scalping business with a Switch 2 and try and get hold of as many as I can and then sell them.
That's a good idea. Prices. Yeah, you would definitely make some money out of that.
Maybe we should go into it. PT Players Shop. We're just selling scalping place.
We start saving now. We'll get we start saving now already. So we've got the funds.
Yeah,
and we just get a load of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just sell them profits. All right, cool.
Nice. Cool. Good. Nice. Yeah, we'll just make we'll be those people, and we're only going to be putting if it comes out 400 quid, we'll charge 7. All right, so that's fair. I think
we might give one away to a lucky listener or something. Once we've made a bit of money, once we made a lot of money from it, we might give one away as a thing. But
cool. Yeah.
The final news story, and also kind of / main topic, is obviously the announcement of PlayStation, or Project Spartacus, as it was supposed to be called, and then we thought it was going to be called PlayStation Infinity. It's actually just going to be remaining PS Plus. So well done, Sony, for the imagination, as always. But yeah, I'm just going to read the PlayStation blog of the announcement and the tiers. Obviously, we did get 3 tiers. Obviously, we did speak about the rumors and the leaks. I think maybe back in February or January, and it's pretty much there with what got leaked. So we're just going to cover it shortly. But Sony have put since launching PS Plus back in 2010, Sony Entertainment Interactive. Or interactive entertainment, sorry, has been the forefront of innovation with game subscription services. Have you, though? Have you? We were thrilled to be the first console membership service to include a refreshed library of games through PS Plus, and we also launched the first console gaming streaming with PS Now. Do people care that you were the first, Sony? Like, come on.
Yeah,
Is it the best? Is it the best? That's what people care about.
Yeah.
You may have been the first, but does anybody care about PS Now? Today, we are pleased to share with you the official news about changes coming to the subscription service. This June, we're going to bring together PS Plus and PS Now to our all-new PlayStation Plus subscription service that provides more choice to customers across 3 membership tiers globally. So the first tier is going to be called PS Plus Essential, which is basically PS Plus as it is now.
Yeah, that doesn't change, does it?
Exact same. So you get your 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, which is there. I guess there is, but I already benefit from those. Cloud storage, great. Online multiplayer access. And there is no changes to the existing PS Plus members for this tier. So if you don't change anything, you're just going to be merged onto this tier, basically.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same price. I'll just say what it is in pounds. Obviously, wherever you are around the world, you can look it up yourself. But monthly, it's $6.99. Quarterly, $19.99. Yearly, $49.99. The next tier, which is going to be called PS Plus Extra, provides all the benefits as the essential tier. But it also adds a catalog of 400 of the most enjoyable in quotes, PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. The games in the extra tiers are downloadable to play, basically. And this is going to be cost $10.99 a month, $31.99 quarterly, and $83.99 yearly in pounds.
So those 450 games you mentioned, they're PS4 and PS3 games? Is that right?
No, PS4 and PS5.
Just PS4 and PS5.
Yeah, okay. So we've got 400 PS4 and PS5 games.
And they're downloadable. You can
downloadable.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
The premium, which is the highest tier, obviously provides everything that we've got above, but it's also going to include another 340 games from PS3, but it's only cloud streaming only, and then a catalog of beloved classic games for both PS2, PSP, and is there original
PS1,
PlayStation?
Yeah, PlayStation, PS2, PS3.
It doesn't say that. Oh, the original PlayStation.
PlayStation.
It says original PlayStation, PS2, PSP.
No Vita games.
No Vita. Vita's being Sony doesn't like Vita.
Race from existence.
Because they were bought and played it. Now it's like, well, you don't get the catalog anymore. Maybe they'll add it later, hopefully. Offers cloud streaming access to the original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4, and offers an extra premium tiers when PS Now is currently available, whatever that means. It also adds time-limited game trials will also be offered to this tier, so customers can try a select games before they buy. This is going to be $13.49 monthly, $39.99 quarterly, and $19.99 yearly in pounds.
$19.99 yearly. $99.99.
$99.99. Yeah,
£10. If it's 20 quid, I'll get a year.
Yeah. $99.99. Yeah, sorry. They do say that some of the titles for the PS4, PS5 are going to include games like Death Stranding, God of War, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mortal Kombat 11, and Returnal, and much more.
See, they're good. Yeah, always well and good. But God of War is already in the PlayStation collection. So if you've got a PS5, you already got access to God of War. You've got
a PS5,
yeah. So it's
yep. But you get Spider-Man now and some others and Returnal.
Yeah. Spider-Man's good.
I don't know where to begin with this. Let's just begin with our initial thoughts. So you upset? Because there seems to be a lot of upset about this.
A lot of
Are you a
people,
bit like
yeah,
meh of it? Are you pleased with the announcement? And then
Um,
obviously we can then discuss our thoughts on each bit.
I can say now, I probably wouldn't go for the top tier
Sure.
because I'm not interested in playing PS1, PS2 games again, and most majority, PS3 games. I'm not going to go back, especially PSP. So yeah, I wouldn't get top tier. A lot of people are annoyed that the PS3 games are just streaming. You know, you can't download them. There's no emulation. It's just streaming the game.
Yeah.
Which
That cell processor has completely just screwed them, right? I don't know how they can't get it working. It's mad.
It's and you're going to see you're going to see collectors who collect PS3 games are going to go up, because I can see what's going to happen. They're going to do this. If you're in the top tier, you can stream all these games, and then don't know, maybe shut the because didn't they say last year they was going to shut the PS3 store, and then they kind of then they back. They was like, oh no, we won't. But then if they've got
same
a
with the Vita store as well.
service, when you've got it. I can just see, they was already going to do it. Now they're going to be like, look, we've got this streaming services where you can stream the games.
Yeah,
I've got to think they will just close it, and it'll be gone.
Yeah. I don't know how viable or long term it is, because apparently how they're doing the streaming is that they've got a bank of loads of PS3s running these games, and you're just streaming it from them.
Yeah,
but that can't last forever.
No, it does exactly.
They will just die. I just don't.
Yeah.
Surely they can work it out. I don't get how they can't work out how to make it downloadable. I'm not an engineer and I don't understand, or a software engineer or whatever, to work this out. But surely someone at Sony, or they can pay someone to work this out. Because like you said, there's emulators. All right, they might not work perfectly and maybe not good enough for Sony to roll out. But surely they can work it out with enough money. They clearly just decided it's not worth it.
Free as like a hobby. They're like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. But then Sony's not gonna do it. So it's getting a lot of backlash over that. So I would definitely wouldn't go for the top tier. Maybe the middle tier. I'd like to see what games are on, what games are on offer before. I want to see the library before I, make this final decision.
Yeah, so a lot of games on there though, right?
Yeah, 450.
400.
400.
And then the classics is 340.
Yeah.
So 740 games altogether are going to be thrown into the mix. I think that's it's more than Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it's more than Game Pass, but this is where a lot of anger comes from. People are comparing it to Game Pass because the PlayStation have kind of come out and said we will not be releasing the big game releases day one on this service. It won't happen. So you ain't going to get Wolverine when it comes out, Spider-Man 2 and God of War. They're not gonna do it. It's gonna be, you still have to buy. You want those games, you buy them. And we touched on this last week. I don't mind that. The way he described it is like they're big games. They're, you got to admit the Sony exclusives are more. That seems like they're better than the Xbox exclusives. So what we've seen recently. And he said it's an investment. People they release these games, people buy them, they do really well, and then invest the money to make it more. Which I want big. I like big exclusive single player games like God of War and Horizon and Last of Us and Spider-Man. That's what I like, So I don't mind that. And what are the big ones coming out on Game Pass coming up? We've had Forza Horizon. Halo come out last year, Starfield in November. But what's the next big one? First party. We don't know what PlayStation's bringing out. It's we don't know what Xbox is bringing out. We know Fable's coming, but when, no one knows. They've got with the Bethesda stuff, we know there's going to be an Elder Scrolls, but that's years down the line. Fallout years away. It's
got Indiana Jones coming as well, right?
Yeah, Indiana Jones, Perfect Dark. We know that. Well, that was coming, but that's just, will it ever release? Because everyone's kind of working on that game has left. It's Game Pass is good value for money, but some of the games they released on it are just, people say it's for, you get the first day, you get day one exclusives released on it, but it's like, but if there's none coming out, then what's the point?
No, I do agree. I think there is a difference between quality and quantity. But obviously that's a personal taste. Maybe some people do prefer it on the Xbox side. But going back onto this subscription service, I was a bit meh at worst or pleased, because I think the only way you could say it was bad is if they changed the essential package. That you're not losing anything is what I'm trying to say. Like if they changed either something that you're getting at the base model or they made it more expensive, then I get why people would be a little bit upset. But if you're unhappy, you're not bothered about this, you're not losing anything, just stick on the essential because you're getting what you got now. Where if you do want these extras, like the big library of PS4, PS5 games that are coming, and I'm sure the new ones will come eventually, maybe after a year or so. Obviously, we've got Returnal going on it, which would have been out a year when they popped that on there. And I imagine maybe later in the year they might put on Ratchet and Clank or something like that. I would be surprised if they didn't, considering they're giving us Miles, and then obviously they're giving us Returnal. So those both would have been out by over a year by the time this releases. So I guess Ratchet came out in June. So yeah, after a couple of months, I'm imagining like September, whatever, they just add Ratchet to it. And yeah, maybe just over a year after a game releases, they add it to the service. I think that's pretty good for people that are not that bothered about playing it day one. They were never going to do the Game Pass day one model, as we've spoke about so many times. Obviously, Sony, completely different company to Microsoft, and Microsoft are just, we're just going to keep funding it until it works. We don't care that we're losing money. We're just going to keep going. If it takes a decade, 2 decades, eventually we'll have enough numbers that it's going to be profitable. But I don't think Sony can afford to go 2 decades with losing money on a subscription service and still continue to chalk out the quality games that they've got now. It would have a massive detriment to the quality of games, and I don't want the quality of the games to go down because I really like them. So as a fan of what they do, I don't want that to change. So yeah, no, I'm not too bothered. I wasn't expecting it, but I guess maybe because we're a little bit more in the loop because we did a podcast, my expectations were never going to be, this is going to be a Game Pass thing. So I guess a lot of people that are upset, maybe they just had the wrong expectations of what this was going to be. The only thing I think that could potentially be a really good thing that they're not really mentioned here, and I guess we need more details, but I guess if it was going to be good, maybe they would explain it a little bit further, is the time limited game trials. And if they do that with all their first parties, like day one, I think that could be a really good thing, similar to what Cyberpunk did to try and entice people back in, that you play like the first 8 hours, 5 hours. I think you have that for every single game. I think that's quite a cool little idea. Like, we can't afford to let you have the entire thing, but you can play the first 5 hours of God of War, Ragnarok, and if you like it, pay £70 for it.
The only thing about that is though, they're putting that behind the highest tier. Whereas if you've got the highest tier, you're a PlayStation fan, and you more than likely buy all the day one. You buy exclusives day one.
True.
So it would make more sense to put them on. You know, it probably would make more sense to put them on the lowest tier if you've got PlayStation Plus, because you just, you play online games, or you like the games you get every month. If you was on the fence for, I don't know, say I done it with Horizon, you could jump on, play it, like, actually, I like this, and buy it. Whereas if it's on the, like I say, the top tier, you're already in. You're already into. You're a PlayStation fan. You're going to buy the game. So, yeah, that bit doesn't make. I like the idea of the trials. They make sense. But locking it behind the biggest, biggest tier, that one.
No, I do totally agree with you. If they are doing what I think they're doing, which might not be, it might be just random games you get games trials for. But you're right. Look at it behind the premium tier, where you're right. The people that are going to subscribe to it is people like me. And maybe people that are into it even more than I am, because I'm in or in whether or not to go premium or not. And if I'm and in, I don't know who is going for premium. There must be the hardcore. And if you're hardcore, you're getting God of War day one. Right? Like, you're getting the big games day one. So there might be the odd one, like I don't know, like a Days Gone or a Return, where people are a little bit unsure. But yeah, majority of them, like you said, I probably will be just I'm getting it straight away.
And just offer that service on the lowest on the PlayStation. Just dip it into PlayStation Plus Essential, and then you could see more returns that way. But hey, we're not paid a lot of money by Sony to think of these things. So maybe it's a brilliant business strategy they've got. I just don't know.
Yeah.
But
are you surprised about Vita not being there, or?
No, not really, because no one really liked the Vita, and it's it's kind of
you don't want the library locked behind you. Can you see it being added? I hope they add it, because there's some good games on Vita.
Maybe they'll add it. Yeah, it's more strange that the PS3 is again on the top tier. That was a big generation, and they've kind of they've locked that behind the top tier as well.
From really good games in PS3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's the frustrating part, because probably the games that I would like to go back and play the most are probably PS3 games.
Yeah, I've not played. I played the first Infamous. I played the first Infamous. Never played the second.
Yeah,
played the first Resistance. Never played Resistance 2 or 3. So yeah, the PS3 generation is kind of the one that I would want to play the most.
Yeah,
like I said, I'm not that worried about PS2 or PS1 or PSP. Yeah, PS3 and PS4. I kind of feel like all the games I wanted to play on the PS4, I did. Because with the PS3 generation, I was more Xbox all the way up to the end. That's when I jumped over to the PS3.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of games I didn't play. I'd be interested in play PS3 games, but streaming them, it's not the best way to play a game, and you've got to pay £100 a year to have that privilege as well. Maybe that, you never know, they might release it and they'll revamp it. Maybe they'll do like sub tiers. There's nothing just because they've announced these.
Do you think they will do that? Because they haven't announced it, and I know Xbox, like those older games. Do you reckon there's going to be some form of upscaling? Obviously, add trophies to some of those older games.
Yeah.
Like those little things that they're not mentioning is what PS fans want.
Yeah.
I would love you to add trophies to PS2 games, upscale them to like higher frames and things like that, similar to what Xbox does with the old Xbox games.
Then they haven't mentioned that, and I just don't think they would do it. To be honest,
there's just going to be straight ports.
I just don't think they'd be like, if you want to play it, here you go. Imagine if there was trophies for Metal Gear Solid 1. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Crazy. But
would that be worth the £100 a year? Would you do that?
Wouldn't even be on there, to be honest. That
no, it has to be.
Yeah, I suppose if
it will be.
If there is a game you really want to play, you could just subscribe for a month and then drop out. I tend to buy my PlayStation subscriptions for the year, but there's no you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I do as well.
I think they said like majority of the PlayStation subscribers do it for a year. They pay yearly, and they like that obviously because they get the money up front. But there's some interesting points to this, but I'd want to see the catalog before I could.
Is there a game that would make you subscribe to that higher tier, like a backlog catalog game? What is the game?
I really want to play Fallout New Vegas on the PS3.
Would that make you pay the $99?
It made me pay a month at least, but I don't think that is going to be on there because obviously they're Bethesda and Obsidian are with Xbox now, so it's not going to be there. But I would like to have jump back into the Resistance games, give them 2 and 3 a go, which I never played. Infamous 2, but it's I'd like to. I want to see the libraries. I want to.
Reckon there'll be no Bethesda games on there?
Because
of the link.
Is there like
no Skyrim?
Games?
Do you reckon Skyrim?
The games on PlayStation now?
I think so.
I don't know.
Obviously, that was pre.
Yeah, exactly.
Acquisition, same as like Skyrim is on collections, right? No, not Skyrim.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 is So
hey, I'd like to see. That's what I mean. I want to see the games libraries. I want to see what games they're offering. To see what's going on before
I never played Jak and Daxter, and I've always wanted to.
Jak and Daxter 1 is really good, and people really like 2 and 3, but I didn't like. Jak and Daxter 1 is just a fun platform. I like, kind of like Spyro.
Yeah.
And Jak 2, they go to like the future and there's guns and all that, and I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But Jak and Daxter 1. Yeah, it's a really.
Do you reckon they're going to put the GTAs on there? No, like the new remastered. Do you reckon they're just going to pop them on there as PS4 games?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but they.
Will they add the classic version? Because the classic versions have been removed. So are we going to get the classic PS2 version?
that's to do with Take Two, though, isn't it? That Take Two probably won't put them on there because they're like, no, we want you to buy the new ones.
Yeah, so maybe arguably the biggest PS2 games were the GTA trilogy.
Yeah. Then they won't be. Yeah.
Will he be on there? Or am I playing Bully again?
Yeah. Oh,
great game.
Jump on Bully.
Yeah.
Never played Bully. Never done.
You never played it?
No,
it was so good. I love a Bully too. So good.
Yeah. A lot of people want that, don't they? But again, never gonna happen. So.
Yeah, probably not anytime soon. Anyway, yeah, there's some really good.
It wasn't called Bully over here, was it? We weren't allowed to call it Bully in the UK because of bullying. It was called Canum Edit over here.
Oh yeah, it was
dog eat dog. I think it translates to. So yeah, but yeah, it's I want to see the library of games, and this launches in June, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm sure
they'll reveal the library soon.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think we'll get a list just before it goes live of all the games. I'm sure all the games you expect to be there will be there, and more. It'd be interesting to see what won't be. Even like Prince of Persia. Like, although I want the remake or the remaster, I love those games on PS2.
That's never coming. That's just
like, where is that? Ubisoft, what are you doing? Sort your life out.
Like Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's in the same.
Yeah, what is going on? Yeah. Ubisoft are the most frustrating company ever.
Yeah, I
swear. Like, what are they doing? I'd like to see what they're doing this year because
I think that was supposed to come in January last year.
Yeah.
Where and there's nothing. Nothing's been said about it. It's just, it's crazy.
It's bad. It's bad.
But at the moment, I will stick with my essential tier.
You sticking with essential, yeah?
And I wonder, like,
I'm definitely upgrading. I'm not sure if I'm going premium.
If this is going to affect the PlayStation games they give away each month, because sometimes there's really good months, and sometimes there's absolutely dreadful months. So is this gonna impact the caliber of games we get on that as well?
And will they also just go into the collection afterwards? Right? Because you're giving them available to the lower tier people, but then do they just drop into the collection after the month? So they will just always be available. So
kind of like, what's the point of? Well, in some way, if you don't want to go for the middle tier, it's obviously relevant. Relevant. But is it going to affect those games?
Sure.
It's interesting.
I think I will give premium a go because then the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, do I really need access to PS4 and PS5 games? I pretty much played every PS4 game I wanted to.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm going to buy the PS5 games I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
So the only benefits I'm going to get out of it is giving the old games a go again. And I would like to just play with them. I probably might, I don't know if I want to do a month. I feel like I want to play around a little bit more, maybe do a quarter or maybe, so I've got 3 months with it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that.
Makes more sense than just like, jumping, straight into, here's a year's worth, because I had a year's subscription to Game Pass and I just didn't play it. The only thing I played on it was the Halo. It's
what is a quarter? It's £40. Okay, fine. I'll give them £40 in June.
And then you can but I really want to see what games are coming out, and then I'll make my decision. And if there's a game I really want to play again, Fallout New Vegas is on there, then hey, I'll give them a month's worth of money and I'll try and smash it in a month. So just have to remember to cancel your subscription because it will just keep on going. So just keeps on going.
We'll see if I like the benefits. I will obviously review the premium when it comes out, but
I get some of the ire towards it when people are comparing it to the Game Pass, but I just see it as it's not. People might say that we are very much, we lean towards Sony more than Microsoft here. We're both predominantly, well, you definitely are, but I am predominantly a PlayStation player. I get some of the stuff like the streaming the PS3 games, but I don't know if you can really compare it to Game Pass, and Xbox need to start pumping out some exclusives. Game Pass to be more relevant. Like the next big game I'm looking forward to that's going to come out on Xbox is Starfield, and I'll download it from Game Pass. But other than that,
Yeah, no,
When's Halo? When they bringing out the new stuff for Halo, because Halo Infinite's dying online. When's the new Fable going to come out? They need to start they've bought all these studios. They need to start releasing some good first party games.
yeah, they need to start managing properly. But yeah, although I definitely am more Sony, more PlayStation, without doubt. But I can still criticize them because I want them to do well.
Yeah.
The PS3 cloud streaming is just an issue that they should fix. It doesn't matter how much it costs them; it is a problem. They need to fix it, and they clearly just decided that it's not worth the costs.
If
It'll probably cost them.
If PS3 was in the middle tier, then I would be like, yeah, all right, cool. I'll do that because you get PS3, PS4, PS5 games. But having it and and download them, being able to download them, having it on the top tier and streaming, it's like, well, no, no thanks.
Yeah, no, the streaming part gets me. The top tier, I get that because that's where the backwards capabilities come in. I know PS4, but this service is also on PS4 technically, right? So it's not classed as backwards. PS5 and PS4 are like together. So all the ones that are back gen, I get that they are keeping those on the top tier. It's just the cloud streaming. They just need to sort that out. You should be able to download them. Now, is that going to affect me? Is my internet good enough? Probably. I should be fine. But still, I think it's it's a bit of a crap thing that they should fix. But yeah, clearly they're just not going to. What a terrible mistake that was doing that cell processor. What a terrible thing they did. Yeah, one, it got so far behind at the beginning of 360, and that's why 360 was so far ahead because no one could develop games for it. And eventually did catch up because people got used to it. But ever since then, it's just been a real pain.
Yeah.
What a terrible decision that was.
Yeah, because there was they just kind of shot themselves in the foot. Like I remember seeing like people saying like it's just so hard to put this game onto the PS3. Like it's just it's where
they lost so many good games like BioShock and obviously Mass Effect and all that were all on just free like big franchises just because never been on there until obviously the PS4 came around. It's just I
think they did put Mass Effect on PlayStation. I've got them, but I think Mass Effect 1 it was only a download. You could only download it. You couldn't buy it physically. But it was years after they was on Xbox. So, and that was the good old days. That's when Xbox used to have some really good exclusives. But now they just kind of don't make that many games anymore.
Yeah, takes a bit longer to make games, don't it?
Is there ever going to be another Gears of War? And even though they dropped the war from it, it's not called Gears of War anymore. It's just called Gears. Is there ever going to be another one? No, it's just
surely they've got a whole studio, right? Is it Coalition?
Coalition, yeah. But again, Coalition was never. Yeah, they weren't. The Coalition. It's like Halo. The Coalition games weren't as good as what was the God of Gears of War studio? Oh. Can't remember. Cliff Blazinski was his studio. I can't remember what it was called. But
sorry, I can't help you. Xbox side.
Yeah, so it's like Halo. Halo was good, and then they passed it on to 343, and then they've just absolutely dropped the ball on everything. It's just like the campaign for Halo Infinite was good, but the online is just dead. Apparently.
Yeah, actually, that just made me think. You talking about Halo, Bungie? Is Destiny coming to this? Is all the Destiny expansions on the highest tier? Because if that is the case, oh my God, it's worth it for me and any Destiny player.
Yeah, but you say that, but like a lot of the Destiny expansions, you can't play them anymore. You can't play Forsaken anymore because they've.
Yeah, but I'm talking about future ones. If it's on there, still £70.
Yeah. Would they put it on their day one though? Expansions. Probably not.
Maybe. Possibly. Probably not. No, I'm dreaming. But if they did, that'd be great.
The Witch Queen is on sale at the moment.
Worth it.
I think
Brilliant.
It's like £34, I think.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like a Halo. It's like a single player game. It's as good as that. I think it's worth just playing if you just like single player games.
Yeah.
Nothing like all the other expansions.
You sound like a preacher every week. You, especially when Brad was here, you always used to like just go on about how good Halo is and you should play. Like it's like you're in a cult, and like you just need to get more members. You know.
Yep. Yeah, we do. We need to feed the traveler. Yeah.
And then when I started playing a little bit, you was like, excellent. And then I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm just not gonna play it no more. You know.
Well.
Yeah. It's but yeah. There you go. We said last week, didn't we? They'd probably announce it after we put the episode down, and they did. So
they saved it till what, Tuesday though, thankfully, which is nice of them.
Tuesday, yeah. So. But wait and see. I'd like to want to get my hands on that library.
Yeah, I'm gonna go premium.
You're just like, oh, I'm not sure, and then by the end of the segment, I'm premium. I'm all in.
I'm all in. Yeah, I was gonna go call it. Then I'm going now.
Yeah, just for like if you can, you'll give them more money. You know, than what it's worth. Like, oh look, I'll give you 150. All right, go on.
Final deal, lads. 200. Take it or leave it. Yeah, let's take it. Dud. No,
Stony pony.
Nah, I'm joking. I'll go quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people make up their minds when they see what games there are, and then month, quarterly.
There's just some backwards games that not backwards capability games like PS3 games. Although I have to stream them, I think there'll be a couple of PS2 games I'd like to play and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just like to play around with it, see if they have upscaled them. That would be a bonus. I'd love that. And if there's trophies, oh dear. If we're getting trophies on classic games,
when PS3 launched,
so good. Come on,
PS3 launched, they didn't have trophies, did they?
No,
they didn't have trophies when they first launched. I know that Xbox had achievements from day one.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
Yeah, PlayStation didn't have trophies straight away. But like the first Uncharted didn't have trophies.
No,
I think they went back and put them in
for the collection. Yeah,
but
that will be on there, but as a PS4 game.
Yeah,
same as like Last of Us. That will be the remastered version, the PS4 version rather than the PS3. So, because that would have been one that I would have been like, oh, I want to go play Last of Us, the first one. But I feel like I've played it more recently because of the remastered. Same as the Uncharted. I'm sure all of them will be on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you can go back.
Should be on there, but
you played Uncharted 3.
Yeah, I can, but I probably won't. Yeah. I saw the film. I played Uncharted 4. I get it.
You get it.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Two. I think is the best one. 2 and 3. I think they're the two best ones. But I'm
never the biggest fan of Uncharted. Like I never used to really get the hype. Like I don't know if it's because I wasn't there when they first started coming out on PS3 because I didn't have one, so I missed
Graphically, they were groundbreaking
for
the time. Like when he went into the water and his jeans got wet, you're like, oh my god, look, he's got wet jeans. And the storytelling was obviously really good. Obviously, it's just Indiana Jones, but I think Naughty Dog and obviously Amy was at the helm then, was really starting to do the storytelling aspects that obviously then led on to Neil Druckmann leading The Last of Us. But
Druckmann,
No, come on. But it was the beginning of the greatness. They're 10 out of 10s that they had for like 2 decades.
Yeah. Well, when's the next one? What's the next game they're going to be?
Factions and then a new IP.
Yeah, they need to hurry up and get a new IP out because it's been 2 years since The Last of Us 2, coming up 2 years.
Yeah, I think we've got a little while.
It takes about 8 years to make a new game, so
I know. Unless you're Insomniac, they're on like
they're
on like speed or something. Yeah. They pump out a game every like a year and a half. I don't know how they do it. I know they've got 2 studios, but still, Jesus.
Yeah, and something. A nice release date for a Spider-Man 2 would be nice.
And then Wolverine after that. They just keep going. That breaks. Incredible. But well, that's our chat about PlayStation Plus tiers. Overall, it's I wouldn't use the word please. I would say it's good. It's probably the most vanilla, boring version announcement they could have made, but it was the expected one. There was a little hint where I was like, are they going to surprise everybody? Are they going to do the Game Pass thing? But I wasn't expecting them to do it, and they have kind of announced what was leaked and what was expected, so I can't be upset with that really. But there you go. Cool. Shall we go into what we've been playing? I guess we haven't played anything different to what we usually play.
So I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order still, and I started playing a little bit of Pokemon Heart Gold on the DS.
Ooh, okay.
But other than that, no, I've just been just mainly Star Wars. Still trying to still going through it.
Yeah, where are you in it now?
I need to go. I've gone back to Kashyyyk. Right,
Okay,
you're going back there because I've done the first bit, then I've done the second bit of Zepho, I think it's called, and then back to Kashyyyk.
And you met the guy that was in Rogue One?
Yeah, met him on the first bit, and like freed some Wookiees, and now I'm going back to meet Chewbacca's dad, I think it is. So I went to Dathomir, but I couldn't get any further, and it still hasn't prompted me to go there yet. So there's a bit where literally you met like when I played the bit when I was in Dathomir, I met a stranger. I think it's called Stranger, like some guy in a robe, and then just actually couldn't get to where I needed to go to progress it. So I know I'll have to go back there at some point, but
sure,
maybe that'll be the next bit. I don't know, but yeah.
Are you still enjoying it?
I am. Yeah, it's good.
You like the combat?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm quite enjoying it.
It's kind of easy mode from software, kind of Souls like, where you got to think about what you're doing and parry and stuff. But far easier.
Yeah, I still keep watching Elden Ring videos, and I'm like, I'm gonna play this game at some point.
It looks stunning, right?
Yeah,
I was really tempted to buy it, but then I thought no, because I'm still really into Destiny, and then I got to play Horizon. I'm not going to pick up anything else, and it will probably be on sale by the time I would play it. So I might as well just wait and save £20 or whatever.
Yeah,
particularly if I'm giving PlayStation £200 for no reason.
Exactly. Yeah, we know that's going to happen. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you've just been playing Destiny, I take it.
Yeah. I'm pretty much petering off the real true grind. I'm pretty much almost at season pass 200, which is like the real aim to be. So you can do like the real hard stuff. I've hit pinnacle cap as well, so I don't need to grind for the armor and stuff. And now it's just been doing the raid and stuff, and now it's just doing all the end game hard stuff really with everybody else. But only a couple people, maybe one, maybe two people that we play with are with me at that level. So everybody else is a little bit behind and still getting, and it's a little bit of RNG because when you're doing the pinnacle grind, you obviously have to get the right drops for the right piece. So if you get if you need like a chest piece in the legs and everything else is like 1560, which is pinnacle cap, but then you keep getting your helmet or your hat, as we call it, drop. Then obviously you're not progressing anyway. It's a bit of luck. I was lucky, everything just dropped, so I got to pinnacle cap quite quick. Where some people I know have keep getting the same armor piece over and over again, and so they're not getting any further despite doing the activities that we're all doing. So it's really good. The new raid is fantastic. He has some of its, I don't know, it's a little bit limited if you're not playing with a group of people which obviously I have the benefit of playing, because there is a lot of call outs that you need to do. There's like a lot of symbols. And when you're playing with strangers and they might have different systems, or maybe they might call things slightly different, it's much harder. I did try LFG in it and playing with random people last weekend, I think, or maybe during the week. And we only got as far as the third encounter because it is a lot harder. And that's one of the problems with the raid is it's not accessible as some of the other ones when you're just playing with random people. Obviously all raids you have to communicate a bit and everybody has a job, but this is really like mechanic heavy, and you really need to communicate clearly because you need to be quick. So
Destiny life.
It's great as always. Bungie is so good at what they do. It's good. So but that's it for this week. Obviously, like I said at the top of the show, please go like and subscribe if you did enjoy the episode. Obviously, we'll be back next week. Hopefully, I don't know what we'll be talking about. We haven't planned a topic, but we'll think of something.
We'll
do something good. We'll think of something good. Maybe a retro episode or something. We'll talk about something, a main topic of some sort. But do you want to tell everybody where we hang out on social stuff?
So you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, which is at PT Players Pod. Twitter again is at PT Players Pod. If you ever wanted to go old school and send us an email, it's ptplaspod@gmail.com for questions or suggestions or whatever. And yeah, like I was saying, love you to leave us a review if you like it. Leave a 5-star. If you've got some criticism, just let us know what it is so we can work towards it. Leave the juvenile comments and just we don't need them. But yeah, any interaction with people who listen is kind of is good, because it's mad that people would listen to us. So yeah, thank you.
I don't understand why these crazy people listen to us.
No, I don't know, but yeah, if you got to this, you got to the end as well, then yeah, thank you, well done. 10 points. 10 points to you.
10 points to Gryffindor.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Yep. Cheers. Until next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.